I'm scared. In the videos they're like they're going all out. They're using like 20 clips. So I'm like, I don't have 20 clips. We'll see where this goes. To get into the proper spirit, I've got on 1950s. I'm starting this now. Will it go well? Probably not, but you gotta try. So I don't even have a hairsprayer, if they're called that. I literally have this plant spray that comes out like this, so it doesn't have like a proper spray. I tried spraying it directly on my hair, but it wasn't really covering any surface. So I'm gonna try and spray it on here and see if that makes a difference. Oh my god, it's dribbling. Ooh. Great. I also have no parting and I don't have a fringe. This is not a good look. It looks... My legs are wet. Probably wetter than my hair at the moment. Yeah. Yes. I'm pretty sure that's not the words, but oh well. Okay, all I'd like to say is that, like, fair play to all women, girls, children, I don't know, who did this, because flip me, I only have 2 in, right? The front ones. And it took me a while. Obviously I don't have the equipment. I have this comb and I tried to do it on one of the, like in the middle, but then I found it hard to push up to here and then get the curl off, so I was like no. Then I tried it on this, my GoPro handle. That did not work, and then the option I've been using is my highlighter. I've got my pinkles in, kind of not really, but we're gonna go with it. And in every like tutorial thing that I watched, they all had like hair bags, and I was like, right, well I don't have one of them, and nor am I getting one, because literally just put a bag on your head. But anyway, I have, it just so happens that I have this Soap and Glory like hair wrap thing for when you get out of the shower. It is like 50s kind of influenced, so I have that on. I'm just gonna sleep in it, hopefully. And yeah, if it doesn't work, I'll be kind of raging, because it just took kind of, it was like a lot of effort, and I don't envy them for the amount of effort they put in, but I kind of like, I think it's nice that they took so much, like they cared about their appearance, which is more than I can say about myself, because I really don't. With a red lip, and well, they have eyeliner. I cannot do eyeliner, so I might as well just do what I can. Number 7, just like a foundation. Oh my god, that feels like I'm not putting any colour on there, and it was a big thing to have colour, especially in the 50s. Like that was kind of the change from 40s to 50s. Like they would want as much pop colour. You can see that in their decor as well. Like they would have colour like in their living spaces, and they wanted to include it in their makeup, and also their clothes was a lot more boom. But also in the 40s, because of the war, things were a wee bit more depressing looking, like drab, and no one really walked around in like colourful skirts. It was definitely a different time. And also makeup was kind of really expensive and not seen as a priority item, so they kind of had to compromise with things, and that is exactly what I'm going to do now. I know I'm trying to do the 50s, but I'm not taking anyone's makeup from this house, so I don't really know how highlight works, but we're doing it anyway. I feel like that's wrong. In general, we're expected to like how to be and like how to act, and like things they couldn't do, things they could do, things they were like expected to do, and it's just crazy. Like I know there's things now this society are like, we expect girls to do this, this and this. But back in the day it was like you had to do it whether like society yeah expected it, but they also were like it's hush hush if you don't do it, like it's crazy. And 50s, especially the 40s, had red lipstick, and the reason for that is, which I found quite interesting, after the war and during the war and after the war they thought, we want to show women like as strong but like united and confident, know what they're doing, like they can do everything, girl boss kind of thing. And red lipstick just showed that, like showed that they were confident, that they were strong, that they knew what they were doing, like they were taking control, taking the lead. And I think that's brilliant, like the fact that there's a meaning behind it and it's not just like a colour, which is really cool. So I don't have any red lipstick, so I'm using food dye. And is that safe? No, probably not, but we ain't knocking it. Okay, that's like blood, that's horrible. Okay, cut off. So I've got the Burt's Bees Rhubarb Lip Shimmer. I have no idea when this was made. This is what we got. Ugh. I mean, obviously if you do makeup like normally, this would not be as slow. Right, okay. Okay. I like it. It was expected that you were to wear makeup. Not like a society thing, but you had to look your best. Like you needed to take care of your body. This doesn't look bad. Like maybe it does. I don't know. But blush. Blush was a big thing. Like you had to look like you were healthy, and obviously you want to look healthy, but it's actually crazy. I have a beetroot slice. I don't know where blush goes. I think it goes here. I'm alright with that. Right, so I've got my hair, and I feel like it's definitely not. Okay, I did not think this right. Okay, wait. I just so happened, so back when they did these hairstyles in 40s and 50s, they had this thing called like the hair bag or something like that. And it was to keep your hair in place and secure the curls. Obviously I was improvising. Hair towel that I like slept in. It was so comfortable. Fair play. Very many rules when it comes to appearance. The first and foremost being no frizziness. This is all frizzy. I don't know how they do it, but you know. So I've decided I'm going to do like a comb over here. The comb over is probably not the right word, but I never work with clips, so this is really, really, you know, it's saying something. Okay. Okay. That can't be it. I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna try and fix this. Women had to look their best at all times. Like when you go to school, you had to look your best. There was a few things you couldn't wear, you were not allowed to wear, like certain things because they looked scruffy, and there was, I understand in American schools or schools with no uniform there's dress code and strict dress code, but there was like things like you couldn't wear certain jeans because they were too loose. One of my favourite songs is on this right now. This is a introduction to rock and roll, and that then brought in, well, new sounds, new era, but it also brought in like a new way of looking at life, a new like admiration. I just had never heard music like that before, and they were just kind of like, whoa. Like stage presence for musicians, it wasn't about the sway and swoon, it was now about how much energy you could put into it. In the 50s they had so many rules they had to stick by, like looking your best. You had to control your emotions. I'll put a clip here.
Crazy kid sister. Oh, Jeff, don't be that way.
Notice how Mother seems to become angry herself because of Jeff's anger. Perhaps she shouldn't, but anger is a violent emotion, and we often see an induction of behavior.
I could see it being quite artificial, like as in a life, because you couldn't really talk about anything. You had to follow like trends. You had to dress like everyone else. You couldn't stick out like a sore thumb. You couldn't be original. You couldn't be unique. You had to be like follow the crowd, which is no, wouldn't suit me. Obedience, like you had to follow. If my older sister told me to do something, I'd have to do it because she's older than me. Like respect your elders kind of thing, but it was more major back then. Like you had to do it. It was expected of you. But yeah, you couldn't think or do. I don't want to say it loud. It was just like not like you just couldn't do it. You weren't allowed to do it. It's you're too young or you're too irresponsible and you don't know the consequences. Blah 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 blah. Like kind of same thing now, but so we've got the rock and roll vinyl on. We're gonna do some dancing. What do we think?
Oh, it's very nice.
Good.
Very nice.